But here's what we're watching now. That low, that's going to impact us over the next few days, creating a warm front here with the warmer air moving up, getting into the 50s for tomorrow. Hey, happy Saturday evening. I'm meteorologist Andrew Logsdon. We did have some rain showers. It was actually shown over 3.5 inches of rain in the last 48 hours. The closer together those get, show how humid it is, the relative humidity. That's really humid out there. Ugh. And in fact, we've been talking about chance of thunderstorms late Sunday, pushing those back into Monday a little bit, which means a fantastic weekend.
Easier than it was yesterday for you.
Oh, yeah, well, it did rain a little bit this morning.
A little bit in the morning,
yeah.
right.
There's one little patch in town, and I was right in the middle of that. You can see when the clouds finally broke on through, hanging out in the 60s all morning, and then right between 1 and 2, bam, clouds broke up, and air is moving on in. But where are the 90s? We haven't quite been there yet. Hey, happy Sunday. I'm meteorologist Andrew Logsdon. It's not my fault. I didn't do it, but it was going to come anyways. Lots.
And now, your 3D local forecast with meteorologist Andrew Logsdon in high definition.
So, Andrew, it's pretty clear by now that it's snowing outside. But my question for you is, how bad is it going to be this year? Is it going to be anything like what we experienced with the record-breaking cold temperatures last winter?
Well, good news. Not nearly as cold as it was last year. However, very wet. I still expect plenty of snows, quite a few rains, but last year, because the lake was frozen over, we didn't have any lake effect events. This year, with warmer temperatures, much more of a possibility. But that's not what's in play today. This is all coming up from the south, actually. Lots of snowfall coming down across the region. Hey, looking outside right now, that's what it looks like right now. You can see it falling around that lantern in our parking lot. It's really starting to come down. I'm glad I wore my boots today because you can see our cars out there. In fact, someone should have drawn a WFFT in the window just to show how deep that is. You see the driveway and the parking lot. That's going to be a mess driving home. And I can only imagine how bad the roads are getting tonight. And as temperatures keep on dropping, icing up and over, so those roads could be bad by tomorrow morning. School buses and getting to school, chances are you'll see some delays, maybe even some closures. That's why stick with us, FortWayneHomepage.net, and we'll keep those school closures updated for you all throughout the morning. But first, we have to deal with today, and here's today. 33 degrees is at high, 27 the low, both of those below normal, much as what we've been seeing in 2014. We're sticking with that here over the next week, too. I'll show you that in just a second. A few pictures, though. Gary Greenwood, that's some nice November skies when we didn't have snow. Beverly Hart was out hoping to get some harvest done, but I think that's kind of not going to happen here for a few days at least. Tom Jerzak got some nice fall colors out back when it was fall, you know, that week of fall before winter started. And here's Neil Drake, more of that Ivy Tech project where they're taking tree pictures, creating a book out of them. Here's another one from him, Eastern Hemlock. That's a nice picture. And keep sending me all your pictures. We'll have more in the next half hour, too. Logsdon at WFFT.com. So looking at our local sky cam, this was when the snow started falling, sticking out there pretty quick into the early evening, but it's built up quite a bit, as you just saw a minute ago out in our parking lot. Here's tonight, though. Temperatures dropping through the night and into the day tomorrow. A 12-hour planner dropping into the mid to upper 20s through the night, 28 by the morning hours, 27 as we get into noon, dropping to 26. By the time we're in the evening, cold front is really going to drop us down into the low 20s, and we're looking at some teens overnight tonight. Here's our bi-state radar showing that big band of snow. It's not really going anywhere. It's still moving its way through. Lots more snow through the night. I'm expecting another inch or two possibly in some places as the snow continues to move on through. This winter weather advisory is still in place until 9 in the morning for everyone basically diagonal to the southeast. Van Wert, Defiance, Fort Wayne, down to Huntington and Hartford City, Marion. All you guys could see more snow, up to 4+ inches with this. You folks to the northwest, though, kind of lucking out. Just a little bit of a dusting here or there. Some places have about a ½ inch of snow. Not so much, but that's still working its way on through. And it's 29 degrees here in Fort Wayne. Lots of 20s and 30s. We're staying pretty the same as we saw throughout the day with the clouds, but temperatures dropping throughout the night and the day tomorrow. Few breaks, though, but by 1, snow still falling, and that is looking to continue. You see that deepen in color a little bit. That's heavier snow continuing through the night. By 7 in the morning, there's that line. We're starting to see that move off to the east. By the time we're at noon, few sun breaks out there, clouds breaking up, the snow finally stopped, but it's still on the ground and freezing up on us. By 6 in the evening, few clouds, but still Getting colder and colder through the night. But real quick, here's a sneak peek at your weekend. 39 on Saturday, warming up a little bit. And Sunday, we're actually looking at a little bit of rain. How about that? Here's tonight, though, 28 degrees. And by the evening tomorrow, dropping all the way down to 23 and winds blowing 10 to 20 miles an hour. It will feel quite cold. Here's your week, though. Look at Tuesday. High of just 18 degrees, low of 10. 11 on Wednesday morning. We could have some light snow coming in the afternoon. Same with Thursday as we start to warm up. Sunny on Friday, but still cold. And then that weekend starting to warm back up into the 30s and the 40s. So check out our website, fortwaynehomepage.net. Potential school delays and closures coming up in the morning.
And now, your 3D local forecast with meteorologist Andrew Logsdon in high definition.
Oh, tracking the weather today a little easier than it was yesterday for you.
Oh, yeah, well, it did rain a little bit this morning.
A little bit in the morning,
yeah.
right.
There's one little patch in town, and I was right in the middle of that.
And it cleared out and became a great day.
Yeah, it warmed up once the sun came out. It's fantastic, but changing up a little bit tomorrow, Dan.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool down, huh?
Few clouds out there right now. We're watching clouds move on in as a little band of rain is expected to move on through. Look at that. We did get up to 81 degrees today once the sun finally broke through. And overnight, pretty mild, too, with the clouds in place. 64. Both of those just above normal. Hey, real quick, I want to give you your sneak peek at the upcoming weekend. It's a beauty. 80 degrees on Saturday with lots of sunshine, and then keep the girls going on Sunday. 86 and even more sunshine through the day as well. Very light winds. But the problem is a little bit of humidity starting to creep on in. That'll really hit us into next week. Got this picture earlier from Tom Jerzak. That's some of those storm clouds we had go through when the rains came earlier in the week. That's a great picture. Send me your pictures. Logsdon at WFFT.com. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter as well. So, hey, speaking of Sunday, it is Father's Day. Mentioned that high of 86, a few scattered clouds, but humidity's creeping in. The good news, rain is going to hold off. That's moving into Monday. But otherwise, fantastic day to be outside. Keep those grills going because, yeah, we're almost here to summer. 9 more days and we're almost at that average right there in the low 80s. So it's feeling very summer-like. And next week, it's definitely going to feel that way across the region. Felt like it today. Look at that. 80s all throughout the state. A few 70s out there. A little bit warmer than we've had the past few days. And take a look at this chart. You can see when the clouds finally broke on through, hanging out in the 60s all morning, and then right between 1 and 2, bam, clouds broke up, and we warmed up very nicely. But clouds are moving back in place, and we're actually going to cool off behind this next system. You can see it moving through right now. The good news, a lot of that moisture is kind of breaking up, which means this front may be more of a dry front, bringing clouds through the night, clearing up those as we go into the day tomorrow. And behind that, a little bit cooler air, at least for one day, though. Going in locally, you see how the showers are just kind of breaking up. You might get some showers tonight, you might not. It just depends on how that cloud moves on through. We're at 72 right now, so 70s and a few 60s still on the board for tonight. Let's kind of break this down for you for tomorrow. Most of this rain, if you get it, scatter showers through the night just in the next hour or so, into midnight. By about 1:30, a lot of that's over in Ohio, but then clearing up. And then there's a slight chance, another little band moving through at 6 in the morning. I think clouds are going to break up pretty shortly after that then. A lot of sunshine for the rest of the day. But temperatures, they're not going anywhere, unfortunately. Overnight tonight, 55, chance of rain through the night with those clouds. Sunny tomorrow, but cooler, 70 degrees. Winds should be blowing a little bit as well. Here's your 7-day. That's our one cool day. That's Friday. Saturday looking great, even better on Sunday. Then we get more moisture and chance of thunderstorms as temperatures push up near 90 degrees as we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Dropping back down a little bit on Thursday, but we're so close to the start of summer. It's right there. Go to our website, fortwaynehomepage.net. Keep track of that rain when it comes all week long. Back to you, Dan.